In this episode of Agency Unfiltered, we have Gabriel Marguglio, CEO of Nextany Marketing. Nextany is based in Sarasota, Florida. They're a HubSpot Platinum partner and Wistia's first Platinum partner in the United States. Gabriel and I talk about video strategy, both as a customer service tool for his agency and as a service offering for his clients. He teaches you where and how to get started with video today, including budgeting and allocating resources for your first video service offering that's ready to scale. We then discuss the results a great, thoughtful video strategy has driven for Nextany's customers. Are you ready? Let's do it. Gabriel, hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Awesome.
Obviously today we're talking about video.
Woohoo.
And that's a pretty general term, right? So I mean, there's a lot of different things we can unpack there, but maybe the best place to start, how do you approach video as a means of communicating to and delighting the customers of your agency?
We started with video like 2 years ago, and actually we come from video way before, when we were like embedding YouTube videos on websites.
Sure.
And we were not intentional about it. We were just putting videos on pages, right? So I feel like 2 years ago we decided, after Brian Halligan said, you need to hire a videographer, not a blogger next year, and 50% of your content needs to be video, we were like, okay, this is serious.
Yeah, I trust his judgment call on
Yeah,
this.
we
Yeah,
definitely
right.
need to make this happen. And we got into, okay, how can we use video internally first inside the agency to actually make it an agency effort, not just like me going crazy or someone, just a videographer doing something on the side. So we started using video for internal communication. We started using video for the knowledge base. We started using video. I said, okay, rule. If you are gonna take a snapshot and actually explain on an email what that snapshot means, and then where to go next, and then what to do next, then take a video, shoot a simple video, 1 second, like 30 seconds, 1 minute, and send it on an email. So that started the whole team going on a different mentality about video. It's not about, let's create this big production to put up for engagement or branding. Let's use video as a tool, on an everyday basis. So number one was creating video for communication, right? Customers, potential customers throughout the sales process. Are you gonna leave a voicemail? Don't. Create a short video, put it on an email, send it, video voicemail. Then you can track the email, you can track the engagement on the video, you can see if the video was forwarded and they watched it 55 times, and that's beautiful because you can see how much they really love that piece of content. So it was more about making sure that video was part of the whole agency and not a product, a piece of, something that we sell for $10,000.
Sure. I feel like, just in case people aren't bought in on it, which I think they should be, but you said, okay, attach a video, send the email, you can track the engagement. Do you, for your team, have any comparison data as to like emails with video voicemails versus those that don't? Like, how stark is the difference?
I love when you start talking about analytics and video, it's kind of weird. Sometimes it's like, well, it's not really possible. Like, we've had that conversation for years where we have amazing tools where we can track everything. But then you go down the rabbit hole where it's like, okay, that video for that email did this, and this video for that landing page does that. So I see analytics for video, two types of analytics. I see one is that kind of analytics where it's like, this landing page, now the engagement. We all know that when you put a video on a landing page, I think that the stat is like 86% more conversion rate.
Yeah,
and
drastically higher.
We see that it doubles the conversions on the landing page. So we definitely use video on emails, on landing pages, on websites. And those analyses are great to understand the impact of video on specific things. But then we go the complete opposite and we say, okay, leads that have watched video turning into customers close at an 18%. Leads that haven't watched video close at a 6%. So we actually connect the dots between the video views, the lead engagement, nurturing campaigns, and see it from more of a macro view to understand the real impact of video on turning leads into customer, which is what we do.
Right.
Like,
Revenue, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
So it's beautiful to be able to see that email or that campaign for the account manager, for the person developing the content so they can keep optimizing over
Sure,
time
yeah.
and iterating. But it's beautiful to be able to see it as a whole, effort and say, okay, it creates more customers, period. Right?
It's not like this specific video, but okay, engagement with just our video assets as a whole. Right?
And those numbers are real from one of our customers. We're putting together a case study right now.
Oh, no
6% without video, like people that haven't watched video, to 18%
Yeah.
of people that watch video. It's
crazy.
amazing.
Yeah, triples.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Just like that, yeah. At the very beginning, you mentioned that at first you were just embedding maybe some YouTubes on websites or something like that, but then you started using like intention, or you started leveraging video like intentionally. So like, how would you define intent? Like, how does that change your approach to video? Like, any tips or tricks for someone looking to get started?
I feel it's all about strategy, right? Like everything else. You can't just write blogs, right? You need to know who you're talking to. You need to know what their needs are, why you have a solution that might resonate with what they need. So in the end is setting up a strategy so you don't just like create videos all the time for no reason at all.
Sure.
You might have great things to share, but if you don't understand who you're talking to, if you don't understand when they're gonna watch this video, where they're gonna watch this video. Is it Facebook? Is it on the website? Is it on an email? So you need to start thinking about that. So strategy needs to understand channel, needs to understand intent, it needs to understand the goal of the video. There has to be clear goals. I feel like that is key. Are you trying to convert leads? Are you trying to get more engagement? Are you trying to close a customer? So it's the video that you create as a salesperson, shooting a video voicemail, or maybe you had an exploratory call.
Sure, yeah.
And you want to say, hey, it was great. Like, that's a completely different video than some product video, right? Or a video that you want to take someone that's a visitor into a lead. So one thing that we've seen through strategy is like, we even changed the way we create websites. It used to be that we created the website with the content and then we slap videos wherever we could. Okay, we have 15 videos, let's put them all on the homepage, right?
Yeah.
Or we have one video, let's put it there. Now it's like we have the same way we used to wrap websites around content. Video is just another piece of content that needs to be taken into consideration. So we're building websites around video, right? So we just relaunched our website. And one thing we realized is like we decided which pieces of content we had to create for these specific pages. We created all that content, text and video, and then we created the design and the structure and the way, the flow around that. And it makes so much sense. You get more engagement. You get, again, in the end, it's all about getting more plays, more engagement, more clicks, more conversions, et cetera, et cetera. One simple thing we did through this is we saw that people were applying for jobs in our company. Of course, we do inbound lead generation and inbound hiring, right? So for ourselves, we're constantly hiring, we're constantly interviewing, and we do the whole process in an inbound way. Well, we saw that the same website, now with the new website with videos and the new structure and everything, we got like triple the people wanting to work for us. Those people were coming already to the website, but now they were getting a different story. They were getting the full story of who we are, why, and again, we are fueled by video, backed by data, and that's who we are. Now they can see it, right? They see the videos, they understand why, right?
So I mean, the long and short of it is, rather than having a website in this example and then finding, okay, well, we have these videos, let's kind of just put them on, right? The cherry on top of the sundae. You're going all the way at the very first step, right? The initial planning or game plan or mapping. And you're incorporating and building the site infrastructure around, okay, what videos do we want to incorporate? So it's all the way from the start of the planning.
And the same way we see analytics as, okay, this little thing, and then the macro, we see video as different ways to use it, as we were talking about. One is like, let's set up a strategy and make sure that we're intentional about the goal of this video. And then we have the complete opposite, which is, okay, all agencies have a content issue. The content issue is we need to find the right voice, we need to develop buyer personas, we need to understand the product. And in order to be able to do that, you need time, you need to do research. And when you start with an engagement, the first thing you need is quick wins, right? So content is a really hard thing to do, create quick wins for. Okay, we just got a new customer, first week, let's schedule a video shoot. And they're like, what do you mean a video shoot? Like, you don't even know who. Just bring a salesperson, your best salesperson, bring your best service person, product person, engineers, put them in front of the camera. If I send them a spreadsheet, if I send them a cheat sheet, or if I send them like an email, give me bullets or send me a blog, they will never do it. They take months to actually respond to those emails. Nobody wants to sit down and write. You put them in front of the camera and say, tell me the 5 things you get questions every day. Tell me the questions you get from your prospects every day. Tell me 5 reasons why your product is amazing and is better than the competitors. So those video, if the video is great, we use the video, and we also create a blog. If the video is not so great, we use the sound and we use B-roll, and we create a blog. And if nothing is good, we just create a blog. But we're creating content from day one by using video as a tool. So if you're using video as a product, you have to go strategy. You need to go create goals and everything. You can use it as a communication tool, but you can also use it as a tool to run your business. And I feel like that's the power of video. Video is part of absolutely everything.
That's exactly it, right? I mean, in your example, you were talking about like, okay, who are we going to bring into this video shoot? It's like when you think about video, okay, maybe it's like a recording, like you said, a video voicemail, or maybe it's like the culture video about who we are, but it goes across the entire business. Marketing, sales, customer service, product, engineering, all of it. Video, there's an opportunity for video in all of those places. Going back quickly about how you incorporated video, and you saw like conversions for candidates spike too, right? So when I think about like one of those like culture videos or who we are videos, I visualize like a lot more production than say a video voicemail. So how do you balance production or like the quality of the video versus the speed in which we want to get it out there?
And I feel like most agencies that are starting with video, the problem is they're afraid of that.
Sure.
They're afraid of the production. They're afraid of the
we don't have a
studio,
studio,
you know what I mean? Like we don't have a studio. We don't have a videographer. Who has a videographer? Nobody. Like I don't have millions of dollars to hire a videographer, right? And thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment. Well, it's the complete opposite. You start with, I always talk about this, it's like you start with an iPhone, with a cheap tripod, $50 in Amazon, and like some lighting set, $100, right? So you start doing that, and then you start adding layers of complexity and layers of quality. And the best thing that what we did internally, instead of going and spending $10,000 on equipment and hiring a videographer and going, let's become a Hollywood production studio, what we did is the complete opposite. We said, okay, you're creative, someone already in the company that was awesome, and she was like, she loved photography, she was already a designer, she has a great eye for design, she loves Instagram, she does videos all the time. So I was like, okay, would you like to take on this new challenge? This is a challenge, it's gonna be really hard, but I'm gonna support you 100%, and it's gonna be a huge opportunity. You will build our video product, and we together will make this go across the whole organization. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. This is amazing. So in that moment, if you found the right person to do it, then the only thing you need to do is just give them all the resources. You need another camera? Here it is. You need $1,000? Here it is. You need more time? Stop doing all this. Start doing. So I feel like empowering those people, especially creative people, you need to give them space. You need to give them time.
The leg room.
You can't put a project management tool to manage their. You need to make sure that they have their creative time. They have their moments to actually, create that magic that needs to happen in the creative side of things, and then support them with everything, like equipment, time, education. So we teamed up and partnered with amazing people and great tools, and make sure that not only we're looking at the production side of video, but also the marketing side of video, the conversion side of video. So we all learn about this whole new way of doing marketing, sales, and service by using video as a channel, as a tool, as a medium to actually communicate. Going back to production, I feel like it's just a matter of time. You need to start slow. You need to make sure you start, because if you're afraid of the big production, you're never going to go into video.
Right.
So especially for agencies, you're doing so many things. You're creating content, your conversions, all these things that you need to take care of for your customers. In the case of video, you need to start. Once you start it,
you can layer on top.
Educate and layer on top. And then when you're creating more advanced, more intent-driven videos, then you start, okay, sound is not so good. We need new
Right.
microphones.
Yeah.
Oh, we need a lapel microphone. We need, it's not just, okay, let's put a camera and shoot. It's more lighting is crucial. You know, more than one camera is crucial.
Yeah.
You need special microphones to make sure that the sound is great. You need a space to do this. And then you start having fun. Seriously, for me, it sounds like a lot of work for a lot of people. I'm telling you, I've had the best 2 years of our agency developing this whole new thing.
That's great.
And then once this is developed and off the ground, then you hire your first videographer.
Yes.
And that is beautiful because once that happens, then you take it to the next level because
Right.
they come with all their knowledge and they're like,
it
you guys are
accelerates.
doing great things, but
Yeah.
this is not okay. We need to fix this.
Oh,
we need
yeah.
to,
Course correct a little bit.
exactly.
True, yeah.
And that's what we did. We had to figure it out for ourselves, and then we brought the experts. But you do that when you're ready. You do
Right.
that when you're already doing some production stuff.
So before you get to the videographer, you mentioned trying to identify the person, the creative type that seems to like, hey, are you going to be able to own this as a new initiative? Did anything stand out to you in regards to like training or education resources? Like anywhere you would suggest agencies point their people to? Anything in particular?
Internally to their team.
Yeah. So like you mentioned the creative type,
Yeah.
already on Instagram, already good
Yeah.
eye for creative. Hey, do you want
What
to take over
else?
the video initiative?
Yes.
How did you train her, or what resources did she lean on?
Well, again, we always go back to our partners, right? So
Sure.
you guys, HubSpot is our #1 partner, right? And we couldn't live without HubSpot, right? So HubSpot puts out amazing content that teaches everybody how to do things. We teamed up with Wistia 2 years ago, and that was amazing because they put out, specific content about video. And we teamed up with so many other, we're very big on the ecosystem where we can actually get integrations to do
Yep.
better things. I'm really excited about the whole HubSpot video. I think this is going to be amazing because it's going to get
For sure.
everybody excited about video. I'm really excited about it. I think that HubSpot always put up great content about it. But again, let them do their own research. I always show them the way. Okay, you go get certified on HubSpot. You go check these videos. You go check these sessions on conferences and stuff. But then go do your own research and explore.
Yeah.
I think that's key for creative people. You need to let them explore.
Sure.
To learn by themselves, and they're going to surprise you every time.
I mean, there's a wealth of knowledge
Oh,
if you just
yeah.
if you do the right Google search. But it sounds like if you're a HubSpot partner, there's a whole community that you can lean on.
Oh.
But just go to the leaders. I think you mentioned Wistia. I mean, there's just a ton of leaders in the space that should have content.
Definitely,
resources. Yeah.
definitely.
Pivoting over to all right, helping your clients and your customers with their video initiatives. How do you work that into the retainer? Is it a particular line item, or is it just kind of infused in all the other deliverables and things you work on? How does that fit in?
Yeah, we always start when we start with a new endeavor, like what we did with video 2 years ago. It's always like, okay, let's try it ourselves, see how it works, start growing, and then we go out and we say, okay, well, we're going to shoot video for free for you. We're going to do a video shoot. We're going to schedule this, not forever. We're going to do it once, and we're going to create 2-3 videos, maybe a welcome video for your homepage, show you how to do a video for your sales team, and we get them excited. And then we introduce these new things into email, landing pages, home pages. Once that starts to happen, then it's really easy to go back and have the conversation of, okay, this is something that you need to be doing. Here's the results that you already got out of it.
Yeah.
That conversation is so much easier than, hey, I'm doing this new thing, you need to pay me for it, right? So I feel like that is the beginning of how you can introduce the product of video. At the same time, for us, once we realized video was everything, it was into every single aspect of inbound marketing, sales, and service, we said, we can never do retainers without video.
Right.
So the same way we decided...
No longer an option to not have that aspect.
The same way we decided we will never work with someone that doesn't want to work with HubSpot, for example. Every single one of our customers is a HubSpot customer. The same way we decided every single one of those websites have to be in the HubSpot CMS because it's the best CMS in the market. So the same way we make those decisions, we said video has to be part of every retainer. So at that time, we were like, okay, this is part of the retainer. And it is there. It's not an option. You can't say, well, we don't really need video. Oh, you need video,
Yeah.
and you better do it. And if we're not the right agency for you, definitely there's other
I was about to
agencies
ask, is it ever a frictional
it
conversation?
is
or do you find they
absolutely
embrace?
never a frictional conversation. And the reason why I always talk about there's the real value of video, which is like, yeah, higher conversions, it's beautiful. You know, it's like there is real value, right?
Yeah.
But then there's the perceived value of video. And the perceived value of video is huge. People think video is hard. But the same reason that companies and agencies don't go into video because it's hard and it's
Yeah.
expensive and you need specialists. That is your key to selling the product, because everybody thinks that video is hard.
Yeah, right.
Therefore, it's so easy to show the value of video. You can just add $2,000 to absolutely every retainer. Tell them that you're going to do.
That's how we. Yeah.
Just an example. $2,000, one video shoot a quarter, up to two. I call them semi-professional videos, right?
Okay, yeah.
Up to two semi-professional videos, everybody's happy. And then you'll decide, okay, I need to do more shoots, I need to do more videos. And we always do more for the customer, so they get extra value.
Yep.
And then everybody's happy,
Because
right?
I mean, again, the perceived value, but then there's a little more room for the actual.
You don't have to show
effort
them
you have to put into it. Right?
Exactly,
Like-
and you don't have to show them success with video and say the ROI went from 2.1 to 2.2%. Nobody's gonna expect that from even the first year of retainer with video specifically.
Sure,
You're gonna
right.
be doing all the other inbound things that are amazing, but you don't have to show them success with video right away, because the quick win with video is that video is hot. Video is what everybody wants. Video is hard, and then their face is there saying beautiful things about their product, and they love it.
That's awesome.
I feel like that's the huge. It's so easy if you think about it. The whole hard, expensive. It's so easy, and that's why video is so beautiful for
Yeah.
marketing, sales, and service.
And if anything, get started. Again, don't let the idea of a major studio and specialist and videographer, don't let that get in the way. You can start at a pretty inexpensive way,
Yeah.
build on top of it.
Make it happen.
Yeah, make it
Push
happen.
the button.
Last question for you. I ask this to everybody. Never really sure kind of where it takes us. What would you say is the weirdest, strangest part of agency life?
The weirdest part of agency life.
Because at least one weird thing has had to happen to you.
I think managing people is always funny and fun, and like sometimes you have to go where no man has been before, whatever, however you say
Right,
that.
sure.
I'm a Trekkie, but I'm not showing
Yeah.
how Trekkie I am. I feel like managing people sometimes is I don't know if it's weird. It's hard though.
Yeah.
So for us, it's very important to find the right partners. So all of our customers are actually partners, and find the right employees, our team, and find the right, partners in the, developers and all softwares. So that balance creates sometimes friction. Sometimes we need to fire customers. Sometimes we need to, and that is sometimes it requires an extra level of weirdness. Now, if you're talking about like crazy weird stuff, we try to avoid those, but we have a lot
probably
of
a good
fun
thing.
in the office.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
That's awesome.
I think that the toughest thing is managing people. That's the one thing in business that you need to become so good at, and actually understanding who's good for what, like the right people in the right place,
Yeah.
internally and externally. I don't think a lot of agencies do that. If they take care of their team, that's amazing, and a lot of them do. It's the only way to grow. But it's also the customers. You can't work for everybody. You can't just like, you're not selling candy. You are. This is a partnership, and it will only work if we work together.
Yeah, be strategic with who you say yes to, and be open to sometimes saying no or rerouting.
And there's some weird people out there that are
I
not
think
good
that-
fit for our
I think
agency.
at the end of the day, people are weird.
People are definitely
People are
weird. Stay weird though.
Yes,
okay?
exactly.
Yeah,
One
especially
of
if you're
Academy's
creative.
principles.
You can be weird.
Yes.
Go for it.
So I think that wraps. I mean, this was a video on video, but
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in, man.
Awesome.
We'll catch you next time.
Thank
all
you
right?
very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure.
If you like what you watched, make sure to subscribe to our Agency Unfiltered newsletter, which will remind you when the next episode drops, as well as send you a ton of other helpful, strategically curated agency content. You could also subscribe to our channel on YouTube or podcast on SoundCloud. And if you want to keep the conversation going, tweet me at Kevin_Dunn. Remember, keep it unfiltered, stay weird. I'm Kevin Dunn, and I'll see you next time.